Hey there, folks. Zach. I wanted to make a video about the first week or 2 weeks of going carnivore. What kind of stuff you're going to run into? I get a lot of, you know, in our group, I get a lot of people that are like, "Hey, I just ran into this thing. Is this normal?" Everybody is going to be a little bit different, but there are some pretty serious things you're going to run into, right? So the first one is going to be your sugar cravings. Um, One of the best ways when I was going through it, it took me about 3 weeks. I was not only going through sugar cravings, but also alcohol and drug withdrawal. So for me, it was it was a pretty rough couple weeks, and there was a few times where I felt terrible. I'd wake up and I'd wake up early, so my body wouldn't let me sleep, but then it would also, it, you know, I had terrible energy. So, but the sugar cravings are probably one of the worst things you're going to experience, and that's going to, hey, what are you doing? Stop yelling! I'm making a video over here, kids. But the sugar cravings are severe. I would say that's probably the hardest thing in the entire world to give up. Um, that kind of can feel like a little bit of mental instability. Like, oh my God, I need to get something to eat. Some of the ways that you overcome that, number one would be making sure you're getting lots of fat. I used to take little spoonfuls of butter so that I wouldn't, so that could kind of knock out the hunger. I know I say you're not supposed to drink coffee, and you're really not. When I was going through it, coffee actually helped me because it gave me, a little bit of burst of energy when I was kind of feeling sluggish, and allowed me to get through my day, do the things that I got to do. Because we're all still human. We got to still, um, you know, perform and get things done. So yeah, caffeine was probably one of the bigger things that helped me. So black coffee, yeah, stevia and things like that. The fake sugars can make it pretty hard to get through those cravings. So if you can avoid them, I would. If you don't have trouble with the cravings, maybe the stevia is not so bad initially, just to get you through that time period. Um, and also going to the gym, that kind of helped me too. But you might go through things like diarrhea. A lot of people have diarrhea problems the first couple weeks. I did for about 3 weeks. Once that was over, that was pretty much when my body was like, okay, we're through the cravings. Um, and some of the other things that I did, it's a lot of mental, emotional stuff, right? It's not just the food. Yes, you have an attachment. Let me try to say that word again. Attachment to sugar, but some of that comes from some mental emotional stuff that we just never dealt with, and that's why we have it. So um, dealing with things that you may uh, not want to deal with, family problems, things like that. Are you in a bad relationship? Or are what kind of stuff you got going on at work? So all these things can kind of compound and make it difficult. But to me, that's the whole point of carnivores, because and that's why building a community is so important to me, because I want everyone else to experience this. Like, we need to get back to being human, and right now we're not. As a species, we're kind of as far away from our way of doing things historically as we've ever been, right? And the further down that road we go, the more lost and the more susceptible we are to just being wiped out or annihilated, really. But the connection and human connection is so great with carnivore. It's like other people that share my journey or share the foods that I like to eat. We have a connection, and it's obvious. And some of that's online because that's how we communicate now, but it's very real. So there is a brotherhood, a connection, a community, and if getting through those cravings and stuff is very, very difficult. And I think that the community is one of the things that's going to help us, right? Um, I didn't have that when I was doing it. I was doing it all by myself. I was basically just like sitting around watching videos, learning everything. But I didn't have anyone to I didn't know about the groups and things like that. I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot of crap. But I came out on the other side. Now, it's completely changed my life, and my mental stability and my capacity for learning and everything has improved. So, and mental clarity, strength, skin condition, you know, just like sleep, everything's gotten better. You're gonna run into like things here or there, of course. You know, there's gonna be some little things you're gonna hick up. We're still human, but the big thing is those few weeks of cravings, learning from other people that do it. So let me just obviously, Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Anthony Chafee, Dr. Kiltz. There's a lot of good ones out there, but for me, mostly it was those guys that got me through it. And Dr. Chafee's probably one that I connected with the most, just because um, his method of doing things and my way of thinking just kind of are in line. So but everybody's way of doing things is not always the same, or the way that they like doing things or learning is not always the same. These kids, man. Zoe, he's got your tattoos. You might want to get those back from him. These kids. So yeah, so I really like Dr. Chafee. I watch all his videos. I mean, almost every single one of them. You got to do the work. You got to do the learning. You can learn from other people that've gotten through it. But as far as where we learn and how we learn, there's so many different people out there to learn from. So I think that's excellent. And you got a really good community. You won't find that in like the vegan community, because their whole thing is like moral high ground, and carnivore is just about being human, which is really cool. Oh, Dr. Ken Berry, the proper human diet, huge, absolutely huge. I probably couldn't think of all of them, but watch these guys' videos, right? um, they do like great production value. I know I just sit in front of the camera and speak. I probably could learn to do all that stuff, but for now, I mean, I'm just want to get the information out there. My whole goal is community, right? So I'm taking things from other people and putting them together for you, so that you can, maybe just give you some guidance. But that first couple weeks is going to be hard, and what I tell people as a way to get through it is to think about. Zoe, what is that? Okay, put your yogurt away, please, in the sink. All right, we'll finish it, and then put it back in the sink. Um, my whole thing is to build a community and have and have that like human experience where we're all on the same page and we all help each other. And I think my group that we put together is doing really well with that. We're all just there to learn. We got some really smart people. You know, I'm not that smart. I have people around me that are smart. That's how I operate. There's you can work smarter, you can work harder, you can work smarter. I work smarter by finding people that know how to do things. You know, but if you have struggles with that first week and go through different things, there's always somebody out there that's posted about it or has some sort of experience. So look for those people, find them. Just to recap what we went over, my thing would be try coffee if that helps you through the energy. Give yourself about 3 weeks. Understand that you're doing it to build. You're gonna live longer, right? You're not going to suffer from diabetes, cancer, heart disease, all the things that kill people, because you're going to a proper human diet. Okay, so you're going to live longer. Your family's going to benefit from that. If you consider yourself to be a non-selfish person, even though it is for you, you're going to live longer. Your family's going to benefit from that. You're going to have a longer lifespan, make money to do this or to do that or whatever it is that you like to do. That's the reason why you do it, right? So you're sitting there having these cravings. Oh my God, I feel terrible. Why are you doing it? Okay, that's going to get you through it. There's a bunch of tips and tricks out there that'll help you, but at the end of the day, this your mental emotional stability is what's going to get you through it. Think to yourself, why am I doing this? If you're addicted to sugar, that's not a food, right? That's a drug. um, we're not supposed to be addicted to our sugar is an outlier. It's not food for humans. Can a human survive on it? Yes. It's for strictly emergencies. We have an organ specifically that's job is to get rid of the sugar. It's to produce insulin so that your body can move the sugar out of you. That should be all you need to know, right? It's getting rid of it. It's trying to insulin is released not because sugar is a good thing. It's released because sugar is a bad thing. Hey, let's get this out of our let's move this stuff out of our system. um, yeah, I'm here to help. If you guys need guidance, or I can point you in the right direction, or some videos or anything like that, please comment. Let me know what you need. Um, I have a lot of people in my group that's like new carnivores, and it's always the same question. So I know that it's a similar experience that everyone's going through, and you just got to get through it, man. You guys can do it. I tell everybody when they're going through it, I said, remember why you're doing it. You're doing it for yourself. You're also doing it for your family. You're doing it for the human race. We have to turn this around, otherwise we won't survive. If we continue down this path, one in two people die from some sort of disease. It'll be one in one eventually, right? We'll barely make it to 50 years old. Our life expectancy is getting shorter every year. All the different toxins and things that are coming at us are increasing. This is an attack on the human race. So to me, this is a fight, and you know that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But we gotta fight for it. We gotta fight for our kids. You gotta get your kids on the right diet. You gotta get your moms, your dads, everybody. You gotta tell them all. Send them the videos. Who cares if they don't like it? They're gonna be like, nope. Whoa, what do you mean meat? This, you're gonna get heart disease. You're gonna have high cholesterol. Send them the video anyway. Get them exposed to it. The exposure, what I've noticed when I first started, I was doing everything on Facebook and Instagram. Everybody was like, "No, you're crazy. What are you talking about? You're insane." One guy was like, "Oh, you've lost it, man. You've gone off your rocker. Now you're telling me that oils are going to kill me, seed oils are going to kill me." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely I am. And you're too stupid to see that. And I'm going to tell you that you're stupid, and I'm going to keep telling you that you're wrong, and deal with it, right?" So I would get in these big arguments with people, and I would tell them like, "Listen, I'm not even being mean, but you're being dumb, right? You're being stupid." And you're not listening. What's weird is that eventually all those people came around. Most of those people that I had those arguments with are in my Facebook group, and they're all they're going carnivore or carnivore-ish, right? So sometimes just the experience, knock them over the head with it, and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, you're too, if you have to tell them the truth, like right now you're ignorant because you don't have any experience with this. You've been told one thing that's a lie. I understand that you don't believe this, but here's this information that's correct. Hit them over the head with it, and then hit them up about it later on. Let a couple weeks go by, let the stuff sink in, because people don't always get it right away. I was different. I was like, oh, this sounds good. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to try it because I was dying. I was basically at my last, I had nothing left to try. So I tried carnivore to save my life and improve the lives of everybody around me. So I did it. So and not everybody's going to have that experience, but some of us need to be hit upside the head, you know. So hit them upside the head with it, and give people your love, and when you're doing that, and just tell them this is why I want you to experience, know about this carnivore diet, because I think it's you know you're going to live longer, right? And that's what love is all about. So we want to have the people that we love around us for as long as possible. But yeah, first week carnivore stuff, second week that kind of stuff. You're going to run into those things. So I just want to be there to help you out if you need it. If you guys need anything else, please feel free to comment. Find me on Facebook, Carnivore Harder, Happier, Healthier Facebook group. You can join. Anybody can join. And then also Instagram at Carnivorous Z. Look forward to seeing you guys, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.